Thank you all for being here. We're gathered in the memory of my mother, Tanya Lee, Byers, then Bander, Saavedra. So together we may acknowledge both her joy and the gift of her life was to us and the pain that her passing brings. In sharing the joy and the pain together today, may we lessen the pain and remember more clearly the joy. Interestingly enough, Mom and I talked about this day. A few months back, she was in the hospital. She gave me something many years ago that hangs by my kitchen sink that I'd like to share with you. It says, mend a quarrel, mend a quarrel, remember a forgotten friend, share some treasure, keep a promise, find the time, forgo a grudge, forgive an enemy, apologize if you were ever wrong. Think first of someone else, laugh a little more, gladden the heart of a child. Do you need something to drink? Can I water right there? Can I have some of my sparkle? Welcome a stranger, gladden the heart of a child. Speak your love, speak it again, speak it once again. I think this speaks to the way she lived. I think she brought a lot of light to all of us. What she said, she really said she wanted a party. She wanted all the people that she loved together, reminiscing with her. And there would be tears, but she wanted laughter through the tears. She wanted games and sunshine, music. She loved music. She knew of the healing power of music. Throughout life, she just turned things into songs all throughout the day. It's her daughter. I'm choosing today to remember her not through the lens of her struggles, but through the kaleidoscope of her laughter, the warmth of her hugs, and the love that she shared. Her fun-loving spirit manifested in the most heartwarming ways. She had a contagious laughter and echoed through the rooms, a twinkle in her eye that sparkled with mischief, and an unwavering belief in the goodness of this world. Despite the trials she faced, she maintained a sense of wonder that illuminated even the darkest corners of her life. Mom stayed a Pollyanna of sorts. What's her favorite movie? You know that, right? We watched that movie. Cheerful, optimistic. Huh? She was cheerful, optimistic, and she looked for the goodness and beauty in life. She always found things to be glad about, no matter the situation. What is it? She had prisms everywhere. If you've seen the movie Pollyanna, I think my mom had that way of catching a little light and turning it into a lot of color. In the book of Matthew, Jesus says, "Let the children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to such as these." In her childlike spirit, I believe she has found her place in the heavenly kingdom. It's no secret that our relationship was not always an easy one, but our bond as mother and daughter remained unbroken. I find myself reflecting on her life, our relationship, and the many lessons she taught me, intentionally or otherwise. Mom embraced the world with a spirit as free as the wind, a sense of humor that could brighten the darkest day, and a love for nature that was vast as the ocean she adored. In the midst of nature's embrace, she found solace, and it was in this moments that I witnessed her deep connection with the divine. My mother had a lifelong passion for gardening. She was happiest barefoot in the garden. Well, that and pregnant. She loved playing in the dirt. Her birthday in November, we made her a worm vermicompost so we could have the black rolls. That's what she wanted for her birthday. I have one, so I can't say it's too weird. So out of her, I think her love for gardening started when she was a child with her nanny, playing in the dirt. This is a chain of hearts that was originally my nanny's. It's been blooming since she passed. The garden she built became a metaphor for the love and the care that she gave so freely. Her garden was not just a collection of plants, a reflection of her soul. Wild and tamed, utterly beautiful.
Love you, Tara.
How are you? Tanya Lee was the firstborn to Alma Florence and Terrence Robert Byers on November 8th, 1959, followed by her brother Brett, and then Trisha Lean. Thank you, my sweet girl. Thank you, sweet girl. Oh. Mom loved time in nature. She enjoyed fishing. She could fillet a fish in a blink of an eye. She could cook it up something good. She loved to read. She marinated in poetry. She saved so many books from her youth. I had one here. I think I gave it to the kids. She read them to us when we were little, and she saved them and read them to our children. She loved things, old things. She loved old people. She loved crafting and sewing and making photo albums. I've brought many today. I think she'd be glad to share them with you. Myself being the first Florida-born in my family, I can't imagine her ever living anywhere. Her love for the ocean was a romance that never waned. With each wave that crashed against the shore, she found solace and a reminder that life, like the tides, has ebbs and flows. You've heard of movers and shakers. That was not my mom. She was a maker and breaker. She made this jacket. She embroidered this that my daughter is using as a scarf. She made me earrings. She broke hearts. She broke all the rules. She broke anything she got her hands on. She made a lot of wonderful things too. She made my youth so much fun. My childhood was filled with bike rides to the beach. She always brought boogie boards, and she never said no when I asked to build a sandcastle. When we were living on the East Coast, we'd all have a competition when we were kids on who could wait the longest before we dove right into the wave. And we'd yell, "Laka Machina," and I have no idea what that means. But she'd dive over the wave because she was a mermaid. Mermaids have more fun. She surrounded herself with trinkets that she found along her journey. Her home's filled with vintage books, seahorses, seashells, anything whimsical and odd. Gizmos and gadgets, she had plenty. So many neat old things. Has anyone else here seen the Dead Things collection? Yeah, I'm not even kidding. That's a small part of it. When going through her things in the closet, there's a box that says antique bedpan. And then she has a sense of humor, wrote in parentheses, seriously. And that's what was in it. My mom, an amazing childhood. I remember going there, we did clay out of the creek, mold it, bake it. That and a trip we took to Banff in Canada. We went horseback riding as a family. We rode in front of Mom on the horse. I feel it, I got it. Up a beehive-shaped mountain. There was mountains as far as we could see. That was a happier, simpler time when we were a family of 5. She and my older brother Jeff were so close. It's only now reading letters that he wrote to her that I understand the depth of their connection. They're cut from the same cloth, the freest of spirits. In one of those letters, Jeff said, maybe it's this gullible goodness in us that makes us the target of certain people's abuses, other people's nurturing. He was a gentle, artistic, intellectual soul, a man among wolves in this often cruel world. When he was taken unexpectedly in a car accident 25 years ago, I thought she was right behind him. She persevered. She did for a long time. It was 25 years last week. This tragedy was undoubtedly the toughest struggle along her adult journey. She was forever changed. The roller coaster of life she experienced, stretches of sobriety, glimpses of strength within. Her journey was a testament to the complexities of this human existence. A reminder that beneath the laughter in the gardens, there are storms to weather. We spent a lot of time under the canopy of this mighty oak after moving to Jacksonville. There used to be picnic tables there, and we'd have lunch. She worked up the road taking care of Mr. Hart, an elderly man. Her journals I found where she wrote, other than being a mom, that was her favorite job ever. Mr. Hart's memorial was held here. We're going to honor Mom's wishes and take her ashes to the Monastery of the Holy Spirit in Conyers, Georgia, near where her brother Brett lives. But I hope that you all can come here and feel close to her. Yes, yes. Despite the challenges, Mom never lost her sense of humor. Even in the darkest times, she could find a joke, a light to pierce through the shadows. It was this resilience, this ability to find laughter amongst tears that we carry with us today as we remember her. She knew we all have heavy things that only we can see, that we struggle with, that some people are just great at hiding their sorrows. And with this knowing, she still was always kind. In one of these times of light in her life, Mom ran a halfway house for women in recovery in Orange Park. It was the strongest, most empowered I ever saw her. For it was when she was of service, helping others, whether it be an animal, a child, an elderly neighbor, another alcoholic, she thrived. Sherry was going to come today. She had an accident. There are many women like Sherry that have amazing lives today because she gave them a place to heal. Tim and I and Everly are grateful she was able to move nearby us in Holiday. She loved the name of our city. She'd do that like Madonna song whenever we talked about where we live. And, Holiday, celebrate. I don't sing. She'd always say at the end, it'll be all right. She'd say that time over and over again. This time together, Mom and I had begun the process of healing, forgiveness. And although we didn't have a chance to fully mend our relationship, we made strides towards understanding and accepting each other. My heart is happy knowing that my daughter will have wonderful memories. The times she shared with her. So I know Jacob and his girls do from their younger years. She was a force of nature, a mosaic of contradictions. All this made her uniquely herself. She didn't tend to give a shit what anyone else thought about it. As Kurt Cobain said, it's better to be hated for what you are than loved for what you're not. So let's celebrate this vibrant, mysterious, mischievous soul that was my mother. Mother who danced with wolves in nature. She embraced peace and she radiated love. She reminded us all to not take ourselves so seriously. If anyone would like to share, whether it be words or I have cards that I didn't set out because I set out all of her things. She loved her things, but I will get them out. It's more your style to write something down than to speak. I totally understand that. But I love any memories that anyone would like to share today. Would you like to share anything, or would you like to share? All right, I'm going to pass the mic over. There's not actually a mic.
Not that we need it.
No, we don't. My namesake, my mother's keeper, youngest of the buyer's clan, Trisha Lee.
Oh, hello. That's a hard act to follow. Especially since I didn't write anything down to Sarah think, oh, you can wing it. You can always wing it. So, I talk to my sister every night, probably for the last year. And if I didn't, it was because she was in the hospital. But at some point during the day, usually I talk to her. So, we talk a lot about our kids, our mother, her grandkids, our dad, our brother. And was really lucky to have that protection. She felt like she finally had come into herself and was pretty happy with the person that she was. I miss her, but this right here, this is what she would have wanted, minus the stuff that but I'm gonna wait.
That was it.
She was okay with dying. We talked sometimes at length about it. You know, I don't want to be dead, but if I woke up dead tomorrow, I would be okay. I lived a good life. I've had my ups, I've had my downs. I'm not proud of everything I did, but I'm not ashamed of it. It was all part of my life. It made me who I am. The who I am that some people don't yellow. And there's a couple of things that she had on her fridge that made her smile, and I wanted to share them with you guys. May light always surround you, hope kindle and rebound you. May your heart turn to healing, your heart embracing feeling. May wounds become wisdom, every kindness a prism. May laughter infect you, your passion resurrect you. May goodness inspire your deepest desires. Through all that you reach for, may your arms never tire. There was about, and then this also I wanted to read. It says, I'd rather be all by myself, barefoot with wild hair, talking to the moon, than just be the parts of me that fit in with how people expect me to be. So, she was compassionate. She showed everyone kindness that she meant. She didn't know how to be mean. She tried, it didn't work. So remember that. Remember to be kind. Remember to be compassionate. You don't ever know what that person is going through. Smile when you walk down the street and say hello to people. That really either makes their day or they're like, whoa. So, and she likes that. Her kids, her family, capable of plans, and that was probably the only thing capable of plans. Was her family, that was her greatest joy. Her kids, her grandkids. She missed JD. I talked to her the night before she died. At the end of our conversation, I said, I'm scared. I have to go to the hospital. The conversation to go the next day. She didn't want me to wait there. So it's okay. I'm okay. If I don't feel good tomorrow, I'll go. And I told her I was scared. She said, you scared of me? I'm scared you're going to wake up dead. She said, well, if I'm dead, I'm not going to wake up. And of course, we laughed. She said, I said, you're not going to wake up here. She's like, it's okay. But I'm not going to, that's not going to happen. I'm going to be here. So I'm sure that when she opened her eyes, and there was her son, taking chair with her, she went, oh shit, Trisha was right. She hated that I was right about myself. So. But just always be kind. And when you think of Tammy, smile and laugh. Because she doesn't want any of us to mourn her that way, to be sad. She had a great life. She lived her life. And if you have respect, I can respect that. Didn't always fit in with everybody thought, but she lived her life. And she loved everybody. So remember to love.
Thank you, Trisha.
Tara and I had a much different relationship with my mom. Individually, I wrote many different versions of what I wanted to read. I'm going to read you guys a nice version. I want to thank everybody for being here to honor one of the most remarkable women that I've ever known. Someone who touched the lives of many with her kindness, her love, and her unwavering spirit. Thank you for being with us today to pay tribute to a mother, a friend, and a guiding light in the lives of all who had the privilege of knowing her. Tanya was a true embodiment of love and compassion. She possessed a rare ability to see the good in everyone and everything, even in the face of adversity. Her positivity was contagious, and she had a remarkable way of uplifting those around her. Despite the struggle she faced, she always wore a smile on her face, radiating warmth, happiness, wherever she went. In the journey of our lives, our mother played multiple roles. She was not only a caregiver and a nurturer, but also a teacher. She imparted valuable lessons that went beyond the confines of textbooks. She homeschooled me as a kid. I use that term very loosely. A lot of what I learned from her was what not to do. She imparted valuable lessons. I already read that part. Through her actions and words, she taught us about the importance of empathy, forgiveness, and resilience. She showed us that true strength lies in the ability to find joy amidst the challenges that we face. mother's love knew no bounds. She had an incredible capacity to love and care for others, always putting their needs before her own. Her selflessness was evident in every aspect of her life. She tirelessly gave her time, her energy, and love to those around her. And her kindness touched the hearts of many. And her legacy of love will continue to inspire us all, hopefully. Today, as we bid farewell to my amazing mother, let us remember the joy she brought into our lives. Let us hold on to the lessons she taught us, and let her spirit live in our hearts. Though she may no longer be physically present, her love and memories we shared will forever be cherished. It's hard in times like these to keep a positive mind and not go to that dark place. But she taught us to be grateful for the gift of life and having such an extraordinary woman in my life. It's amazing. As we mourn her loss, let us also celebrate the beautiful life she lived and the impact she had on each and every one of us. May her soul find eternal peace, and may we strive to carry forward her legacy of kindness, love, and unwavering happiness. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jacob.
Yes, that's your cousin. She is.
Thank you all so much for being here. My mom did want a party, so we've got hula hoops. I think the cornhole didn't make it, but let's have some fun. Let's talk about her, and as long as you can be here, I appreciate you being here. Thank you all for loving on my mom. She's an amazing woman, and I feel her here today. So, thank you. I'm kind of just out of words.
Who
But I'll
brought the
take
boom
all
box?
the hugs.
Anybody bring a boom box?
We've got music. We're gonna play music.
have music.
Yep, Mom love music. We've got the playlist to play.
You can play yours or
No, I can't figure out my phone.